What's up, everyone? Champion's back again for another UFC predictions video. This time for Anthony Fluffy Hernandez versus Roman Dolidze, UFC Fight Night Vegas. Very excited for this card, although not as excited as last week, but there's some good scraps on here that I'm very excited about and ready to talk about. But yeah, as always, before we get started, I want to recap what happened last week real quick. Go over how he did last week. So let's pull that up now. Bam. So up a bit, not the best. It could have been way better. If some things went my way more so, then it would have been way better. But I'm never gonna be too mad at a winning week. So we'll go through some of these one by one. Pierre Rodriguez is one of my biggest bets of the card. I was I talked about how much I really liked her there, and I'm surprised that it was a split decision. It should not have been. I thought at the very least it was 2 clear rounds to 1 for Souza, like maybe round 2 Souza, but even then I think you'd even give that to Piera. That really shocked me. So, but I was judge was trying to give me a heart attack there, but worked out. Love me some Pierre Rodriguez. She got it done. Very, very happy about that. So shout out to Pierre. She did what she had to do. Yeah, Kellen Souza's not that good, and I still stand on that. Austin Bashi. I ended up finding this line like when it came out. It's like, okay, I'm in. So I played it pretty nice, and he come through. It made it look pretty easy, and I parlayed like his -3.5 as well, which didn't really end up going well with anything I parlayed it with, but nonetheless, not the end of the world. But yeah, Bashi made it look easy. The other guy, I don't really know why he's in the UFC. Yeah. The next one I had a bet on, I believe, it might have been Estevam. Yeah, it was Estevam versus, where is it? Estevam Bunez, and fight ends by sub. There were moments that it was close to ending by sub. Like Bunez had like a buggy choke at one point, but besides that, it was a wrestling clinic by Estevam and went to decision. I'm not mad. I didn't even play that hard, so it's like I live. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, Estevam made it look easy. He said he didn't really cut weight on purpose, so it's like kind of screw him for that. That's not cool. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say there. Besides that, the next one I had a bet on, I believe, should be Andrei Pulayev to beat Nick Klein. I when I was watching this live, I said going in, that's like, I feel like I'm going to regret this, and I definitely was feeling like I was regretting it going into the fight. But Klein gassed. He gassed on a full camp. Good body shots from Pulayev, and he got Klein out of there. So I mean, ended up being a pretty good bet. I ended up live betting it as well, which is such a good move on my part. I was like plus 220 or something, or 280, something like that, so 200 something. And it was like towards the end of round 1 when Pulayev was able to get up. I was like, okay, he got up. Maybe Klein gasses, because he did put out a pretty insane work rate, and I saw like he wasn't able to necessarily get the best positions on Pulayev, so I ended up doing that. It really got to him later. Good stuff from Pulayev. Made me happy. He all right. I don't think he's as bad as people say he is, but he's not necessarily the greatest thing ever. Next fight I had a bet on was Tresean Gore to beat Rodolfo Vieira. It makes me so sad. Tresean, just not enough volume. It's not even necessarily about the volume. It's like he couldn't even find the shots to land. He's too hittable. The jab for Rodolfo was money. I knew this was a possibility going in, but it's like I'm believing in his what was it? Takedown defense to keep him up, and he's gonna land the better shots. Not necessarily win the volume battle, but just land the better shots. Just wasn't able to, sadly, and yeah, Rodolfo lives on to fight another day, so makes me sad. But yeah, Gore didn't show up great in that sense, or like on the feet. The next fight I had a bet on, I believe, was Danny Silva. Danny Silva plus 3.5 against Kevin Vallejos. Pretty small bet, like half unit. I'm not mad at it. I think I probably bet it again, to be honest. I'm very happy he didn't even get hurt once. I think there was an argument he could have got like round 3. So at a spread at that price, like was it plus 165, 175? I'm not too mad. Like that's I got what I consider value, even though it lost. Yeah, but shout out to Kevin Vallejos. Looked good. Cardio not necessarily the best, but he was landing big shots. And Danny Silva that man's got a chin. That man's got a chin. That's kind of what I relied on. I should have played the over instead, but which I talked about even, but it is what it is. I didn't want to have any more exposure on that fight because it had a chance to be super volatile. The next fight I bet on was Nora Canole. I had Nora Canole finish only, and if it goes to scorecards, I get my money back. Oh, I put a good amount of money on this, and man, what a sweat this was. How round one went, it was like, okay, this is the exact type of fight I want Nora to win. I mean, I picked Cara Rosa to win by decision. I did do that. But it's like, if there's a finish, Nora Canole is going ham, and I trust her to be tough to tough things out, and she absolutely did, because other girls probably quit in rounds 2 and 3 in those dangerous positions with Cara Rosa, who, I mean, she was close to finishing round 3. If there's more time, she probably does, but I mean, she just did that to really secure the round, to be honest. I think probably not too much of a difference. She probably does what she does. But man, like that really got sweaty, but Nora's a tough girl. Proud of her. I will say I'm definitely not interested in betting this same prop against like really good grapplers. No thanks. But otherwise, man, she's a dog, and she was putting it on Rosa round 1. So was Rosa. Rosa's landing big shots as well, but Nora's a dog, and I very much appreciate the money coming back to my way. So shout out to Nora Canole. Will not be mad at that. The next fight I had a bet. Oh, I think I might have skipped one. One of the fights this hurts me so much, was Neil Magny versus ZDS. I should just played the money line. I played Magny rounds 3 decision. Oh, I knew the finish was possible as it got later, and ZDS gassed out a little too early. But I mean, man, fair play to Magny. It's kind of, I pretty much read it exactly how I thought, although I didn't really think Magny was going to finish. I was like, the ZDS is not necessarily like the greatest thing ever. I think he himself is kind of getting old. Magny outlasted him, and when he outlasted him, he just really poured it on. The clinch exchanges, I think, were kind of wearing on ZDS. He was getting worked on. Neil Magny's pretty all right still. He can still beat dudes. He's an old guy, but he can still beat dudes. He's been losing to the best of the best. Don't count out Neil Magny. I wish I just played his money line, but it's okay. I'll live with that. The next fight I bet on, S1 Rebovix Elvis Brenner. I played Brenner plus 3.5 point spread. Hurt my soul. I think he did get around like round 2, but hey, it is what it is. I can understand how someone could get 30-27 Rebovix, but is what it is. Brenner landed some big shots, and it was absolutely a war. It was what I expected. Plus 100 is not the end of the world to be betting something like that, I think. So ultimately, I'm not terribly mad at that. It didn't work out my way. So, yep. No big deal on that. The next fight I had a bet on was Mateusz Ronbetsky. It was like in a parlay, like a little small parlay. Ronbetsky versus Chris Duncan. I just put it something small. I was like, okay, I want to say I played Ronbetsky. Oh, Ronbetsky lets me down again. He lets me down again. Not like I would have made much from that parlay anyways, but it's a big deal. I think there's an argument Ronbetsky could have like won that fight, to be honest, because I thought round 3 he was landing the better shots, and like, maybe not necessarily. He was landing like some really good shots, but like the body language looked terrible, absolutely. And like obviously the end of the round, like Chris Duncan did a good job of like ending it and making the optics look well. But his face is messed up, Chris Duncan. But I'm not like it's a robbery by any means. It's like could have been Ronbetsky. He reminded me of Forrest Griffin versus Stephen Bonner as like the fight went on, like both just going to war. That was such an awesome fight. That fight in Brenner Rebovix, so good. Both so good. Fight of the night. Good stuff. So very happy to be. Well, I'm not very happy to watch it. Not very happy to lose it on that, but it's not like I lost that much on it. So, yeah, overall, it went well. I can't be too mad. But besides that, let's go through the rest of the card in terms of, like, picks. I did pretty well. I went 10 of 12. Nothing crazy because, like, obviously most of the people who won were, like, favorites. But let's go through these. The ones I didn't talk about. Rinny Nakamura, Nathan Fletcher. I'm kind of kicking myself because I was thinking, but I didn't even say this in my video, so I'm not going to take credit for anything like this. But like, I was thinking all week, it's like, man, Rinny has been like favored to like finish a bunch of dudes, and now all of a sudden, like I know Fletcher's really durable usually, he's pretty tough, but it's like I feel like if it was before this fight, he maybe would have had like bet like odds like he finishes Fletcher, but I mean I didn't play it. I thought there was a chance it could be play out like closer just because it could, like it just Fletcher be in there and it's like Rinya maybe not separate. But man, shout out to Rinya. He looked great. And I liked hearing what I heard after the fight. Not I mean not necessarily I liked it. Like against Gafarov, he was talking about like I just want to put on a show with the fans, but now like learn better from that. I like that you learned from it. It wasn't great when you did it against Gafarov, but he's a young guy. You can't really be mad at it. So I like Rinya in the future for sure. Talked about this one. Oh yeah, and Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Sung Park. I went with Taira to win by sub. Yeah, it was levels. This is kind of what I thought was going to happen going in, and yeah, pretty much. Taira did his thing. Dropped Hyun-Sung Park on the feet. I mean, he looked good, and Hyun-Sung Park's not like a bum. Like this guy's can fight. He can fight. He's pretty good too. So I think it's pretty telltale sign of Tatsuro Taira's development. And honestly, I'm gonna say this now. I think he beats Pantoja. I think he could beat Pantoja. I think he matches up well stylistically. I would love to see that fight, but he needs to fight other people. I heard people talk about Moreno. I love that fight. I think that'd be a banger. I'd probably like Taira there. Yeah, I love that fight. So make it happen. Anyways, let's get into Dolidze versus Hernandez. Very excited for this fight. No, I mean, maybe not the main event. No Dolidze fight really gets me excited. Like, Vettori versus Dolidze was so bad, but besides the point. Let's get into it. Cody Brundage versus Eric McConico. This is at 205. This makes it so hard. I picked McConico to beat Ruzaboyev, so it's like, I feel like I kind of should pick him to beat Brundage. But I feel like I'm ultimately going to pick Brundage. McConico's gotten hurt in like fights in the past, like early on. Maybe the light heavyweight aspect changes that. I don't know. Or maybe Brundage is harder at light heavyweight. It's hard to know. It's tough. Like, I'm not betting this fight. Like, it's probably McConico or pass. Like, maybe if I were to look at lines for this fight, it'd be something like, well, I'm doing this early in the week, so I can't really go ahead and see what some of those lines are. I mean, maybe if I look at FightOdds.io, you can see some things just out of curiosity. Because if I was thinking about playing this fight, maybe I'd look at like Brundage rounds 1-2, something like that, and McConico rounds 3 decision. Because if it goes to decision, I don't think it's going Brundage's way. So I think there's that, but I don't know. It's a hard. You could say McConico's training with probably training with Cannonier. It's always with Cannonier. He's Cannonier with fighting MVP like next week. So there's that. I don't know. It's tough. I think it's a tough one for me to really call. I have no confidence in really Brundage whatsoever, and it's like the biggest favorite he's ever been. I think McConico didn't really show much against Ruzaboyev, which is not great, but. I picked them to beat Ruzaboyev, and I bet him too. But I mean, this is a step down, isn't it? It probably is a step down. I don't know. I'm not very passionate about this take. I absolutely can't see a world where McConico does win, but I guess I'm going Brundage, but not confident. Gabriela Fernandez versus Julia Stoliarenko. Oh boy. People are not gonna like my take or this. I'm going Stoliarenko sub round 1. I get it. But let me break down Gabriela Fernandez. She should not. I don't believe she should be this line against any competent grappler. No, it should not happen. Gabriela Fernandez, in my opinion, well, I shouldn't say my opinion because it's technically not even true, but because she definitely won her last fight because she finished. But it's like she could very well have been on a 4-fight losing streak. Carly Judice, I thought she lost that fight. I thought Carly Judice won this fight. Pong Wang, smoking her, making it look easy, gets caught. I can't really take that away from Gabriela Fernandez, which is why I took back what I said, but I'm just saying this could have easily been 4-fight losing streak. And if it's a 4-fight losing streak, is she this line? Hell no. Hell no, she isn't. And I get it, Luana, not Luana, excuse me. I mean, she fought Luana Carolina, but Julia Stoliarenko is not good. I get it. She gets closer to one condition a bunch of times. Gabriela Fernandez is grappling, from what I've seen, abysmal. It's abysmal, especially off her back. And if Stoliarenko can get that position to get the armbar, I think she can absolutely latch it up and get it. I played her money line because I think there's like a low-key chance of like maybe getting it done in round 2, because most people are on like round 1 sub. I think there's maybe a chance she can maybe get something in round 2 or win a decision. The reason why I'm thinking like there's a chance, not probably won't happen. I'm gonna say that it's probably not gonna happen. She's probably round 1 or bust. It is probably the case. But the reason why I'm willing to maybe like go on the money line and be willing to play that is because Gabriela Fernandez is sometimes just willing to play jiu-jitsu. She is. Against Teresa Bleda in rounds 2 and 3. Round 2, I mean, she's piecing up Bleda on the feet. I get it here. Like, she's probably gonna piece up Stoliarenko on the feet. Don't get me wrong. I get that. But Bleda activates like a wrestling exchange, and with that wrestling exchange, Gabriel Fernandez is like tries to fight off the wrestling exchange, but not try to separate. He's like, oh, I'm gonna try to wrestle too. Let's go. And gets taken down off of it. In round 3, she's beating up Bleda on the feet. No problem at all. Doing good job separating. Then Bleda finds a way to get a wrestling exchange. Gabriela Fernandez pulls a guillotine. What are you doing? You've been losing the fight by the wrestling all the fight, and she's not able to get up. It's nothing. She's terrible. She's terrible on the ground, and I haven't seen anything to tell me otherwise. Sure, okay, she subbed Kong Wang after hurting her. Wonderful. I mean, yeah, she could hurt Julia Stoliarenko. I totally get it. But Julia Stoliarenko in all these fights is getting to her win condition, which is getting a takedown of some kind. Sorry about the random interruption. Just apparently someone hit my car. I went to check my car, and we're all good. So I don't even remember what I was talking about necessarily, but it was like, Stoliarenko, she gets to her positions in order to win, which is get that armbar. She is submission over position. I get it. Not great, but I just think Fernandez is that bad on the ground that, I'm willing to just play the money line, not necessarily take any like crazy chances with whatchamacallit, like a prop like round 1 finish. Even though if you look on her Tapology record, how she wins is always that. And I get it. She's only really beat in the UFC people who are susceptible to that. Gabriel Fernandez has never been sub before. I think it's live to happen though. I'm not all that high in Gabriela Fernandez. She's not that great. She has real power in this division. I get it. Absolutely hurt Stoliarenko. She can absolutely finish her. Probably under 1.5 is probably an all right look, even though I bet you it's a nasty number. But it's probably what's going to happen. So I'm taking Stoliarenko. I'm taking a chance on Stoliarenko, but yeah. But I do have her bet. I didn't just bet her money line. I like plus 350, so let's ride. Uros Medic versus Gilbert Urbina. Uros round 1 KO. I think he's very live to finish. Urbina, who I think is pretty chinny. If Urbina's going to win, it's probably through grappling, but I just don't think he's going to have success with Uros. I think Urbina's not as bad as people make him out to be, but I do think it's a little bit of levels difference, but Uros scares me with his like chin concerns. That man's been getting chinned randomly, which hurts my soul. I love me some Uros Medic, but I think he gets the win here. I think Urbina's going to be a little too hittable, and he's going to find the shot and just put him out. So give me not Gilbert Urbina. Give me Uros Medic to get the KO. Am I crazy about the betting odds on this? No, not really, but I think Uros should get it done. If I only look at like maybe Uros rounds 1, 2, but I mean the props like those are not even out yet. Like Uros round 1 is like plus 140, which is disgusting. I don't like it. Yeah, it's one of those. It's probably better off not playing it, to be honest with you. Jocelyn Edwards, Priscilla Cachoeira. I have to go Edwards here. I think it goes to decision, but I don't trust this girl. And anytime I put any sort of money on her or against her, I just lose. Except for against Nora Canole, where I put money on Nora just because I just want to keep fading Jocelyn because I knew she'd just fumble one of these fights. Bam, it worked. Even though probably shouldn't have won, but besides the point. At the wrestling, if she doesn't wrestle here, she's dumb. Like, it's an easy, clear path. If she wrestles, Cachoeira is not winning. She's not winning. If she goes to, we're on the feet with Cachoeira. Cachoeira just has a random chance to bonk, and maybe she can. Edwards is a bag fumbler, is an underachiever. She makes things harder than it should be. I have no interest in being part of that. I know that hasn't been the case as of late against Chelsea Chandler and Tamiris Vidal, but those are arguably two of the worst in the roster ever. I mean, not ever. I shouldn't say that, but two of like really bad opponents. Cachoeira is better than both of them. Although matchups, matchup wise, maybe Chelsea actually could beat Cachoeira, but besides the point. Wrestle. If she wrestles, it's easy. That's what I predict happens. If I were to bet it in some sort of way, maybe like Jocelyn Edwards decision or Jocelyn Edwards sub or decision. I don't think her sub game is that great though, so like that's the thing. But Edwards by points is probably what I think happens. So Cachoeira is tough. Like Jasmine Jasudavicius was putting it on her, beating the crap out of her, and I had to take her to hell in order to finish that fight. But like it was close. And Maverick is just level difference in the BJJ. I don't think it's the same here. So yeah, Jocelyn Edwards for the win. But I'm not really that interested in betting anything unless I find some sub/decision bet that I kind of like. But I'm not sure. Probably better stay away. Elijah Smith versus Toshiyomi Kazama. What is there to break down? Round 1 KO. Smith. Kazama is so hittable. This guy will take hits and he goes down a lot pretty easily. Elijah Smith, just completely different athlete. I'm not worried if he gets gassed because Kazama is going to be gassed himself. And I just, it should be round 1 finish. Like I don't think there's too much to really break down here. It's a complete levels difference. Smith really impressed me last time out against Morales, who I think I had a bet against. I bet against him that time. He really impressed me there. I think he's someone to look out for in the future. I think Smith should easily get this done. Next fight, Julius Walker versus Rafael Sequeira. Walker, I'm going Walker, but I'm telling you what, I think he'll go late. I think this can go late. I'm going crazy. I don't hate the over 1.5. I'm looking at where this line is. I'm not sure if I can get myself to bet it. It's scary because Rafael Sequeira is like someone I probably shouldn't be trusting. I'd probably want to look at like over 1 round instead of like that, because maybe he just quits after he gets taken down again. But I think there's a chance it's live to go a little longer because just how Julius Walker fights. Because I think Julius Walker, not necessarily like the biggest hand. I mean, neither is Bukauskas. Like that's just terrible. Getting KO'd by Bukauskas for Sequeira. But Walker maintains his style of fighting, which he's always fought. He's just like putting on the wrestling pace. I think there's a chance this fight could go a little longer. So that's probably my main way of like looking at this fight. Like probably maybe Julius Walker 2-3 or Julius Walker. Yeah, Julius Walker 2-3 or the over in some way. I think that's like the only way I could look at playing this fight. But I think Walker 2-3 is not a bad way of like looking at possibly playing this fight. But over 1.5 though. I'm very tempted. Over 1, I'm more tempted. And if the line is good enough for it, I might get onto it. Probably not a good idea to put too much on this one. Because again, Sequeira just, if he sees a door, he'll probably quit. And his chin is terrible. But yeah, I think Walker probably runs through him, makes it look easy, but yeah, I'm not crazy about this. Eric Anders, CLD. Christian Leroy Duncan. I love Christian Leroy Duncan. I am very high on him. I'm probably like a lot of people are not super high on him anymore. I'm pretty high on him still. I think he's still really good. I think he's still the goods. Losing the RoboCop, not the end of the world. Losing Petrosian, not the end of the world to me because I was a kickboxing guy. And I've seen people be like, oh, but Armin Petrosian got Christian Leroy Duncan done. So can Eric Anders. I think it's different because but against Petrosian, who the hell is expecting him to go for any takedowns? I'm going to say that. He knows what Eric Anders is going to try and do here. Probably try and wrestle. CLD, I think he just levels levels difference right now because I think Anders has been looking terrible as of late, even in his wins. Getting dropped by Jamie Pickett, I can't do it. I'm not crazy about like betting this like Duncan, like round 1 KO or just KO in general, because he has other ways of winning. He's not gonna try and necessarily hunt for it. I do think he probably does get the KO, but I just think maybe it could be a decision. Maybe he finds a sub. I don't know. Probably not, but I do think he'll probably finish him. I think it's just a levels difference, honestly. And I think CLD is going to put in some work on Eric Anders. And I think, I mean, the speed difference is going to kill. Eric Anders is getting dropped by a lot of guys. I think he's just going to get hit by like a spinning elbow or something like that. CLD is nasty. I think he's really good. Something I'll probably be looking at is probably the CLD minus 3.5. Like, I think he's going to... I mean, this line is coming in a lot. Wow. Like, he was like minus 600 a few days ago, and now I'm looking. It's like minus 460. And it might even keep coming in. That's interesting. But, I mean, maybe I'll eat my words and put in some money on the money line. But I think CLD is going to run through Eric Anders. Yeah. And the minus 3.5, I think, is going to be an interesting look to look at. Because I think... Again, I think he's going to be dominant. I don't think he's going to lose a round. So, yeah, give me CLD all day. Miles Johns versus Gene Matsumoto. I like Matsumoto here a lot, and, you know, I think he can get a sub. Let's go 2. Let's go round 2. I think Matsumoto's nasty. I've been against Matsumoto's last 2 fights, against Brad Katona and Rob Font. Brad Katona fight was really close. Matsumoto proved to me, like, man, this guy's tough. He's pretty damn good. It went to war. Brad Katona's not easy out, except for against Bexat, which still me crazy. Against Rob Font, put up a great fight. Arguably could have won. I thought Font won, but arguably could have won. But it shows me a lot. Like, this guy is so good, and now is on short notice. I think he's going to absolutely cook Miles Johns. I love him here. I think he's going to do what he wants to Miles Johns and really work him. I think this dude Matsumoto is really good. You can rely on his chin. His chin is really good. It could be cracked. It scares me, but I trust it here. I think he should light up Miles Johns on the feet and maybe even work in the ground game. If Miles Johns wrestles, he's very liable to get put into a choke. Like, that guillotine Matsumoto does is so nasty. He's very good at it. And he can wrestle himself, Matsumoto. I think he wins round 3 at a very high clip because just the pace he fights at. Miles Johns is going to get tired of round 3, 100%. And he's going to be live to get finished there as well. But rounds 1 and 2 can go either way. And I think Matsumoto gets one of those 2. I love him here. I think he's going to really run through Miles Johns and put it on him. So, yeah, give me Matsumoto all day. Andre Fili versus Christian Rodriguez. Give me Christian Rodriguez, and I'm going to go crazy. I want to say he's going to finish Andre Fili. I'm tempted by KO, but I'm going to go sub. I think this is an interesting fight. I love both these guys. I think Philly's kind of on the downturn, although, to be honest with you. Although, I guess he's getting win-loss, so something to notice. But I think Christian Rodriguez is pretty damn good. It scares me, like, Philly's a long, lanky guy. He's kind of been the one giving C-Rod trouble. And he is kind of like a bloated 135er. But I think he can crack Philly. I think anyone can. I think he can get Philly to shoot on him and then put in some sort of choke. Christian Rodriguez's front chokes are nasty. He's got good choke series. He's got a good submissions. I think he's very live to finish Philly. Yeah, I think even on the feet, he can really, like, honestly KO him. Like, this guy has great combos. He really puts it on people in, like, rounds 3. And, like, Philly's kind of been, like, not gassing. It's not necessarily been as great. I don't think he won this Cub Swanson fight, to be honest with you. I don't think he did. It's not. I don't think he's been looking that great as of late. In front of his home crowd, I don't know how he got subbed by a guillotine. I'm not even sure if it was a guillotine. He's a Team Alpha Male guy. You should never be getting subbed by those. Insane. I think C-Rod's super live to get a finish. If I'm not looking to bet C-Rod money line, no chance of these odds. But the ITD, I'm interested. I think I'm gonna have a play on that. So yeah, give me C-Rod to win, and I think he finishes Philly, whether by KO or sub. Do I go KO? I'm gonna go KO. No, I'm gonna go sub. I'm not confident either way. Lucindo, Angela Hill. This is a tough one for me. I'm gonna go Lucindo. Thing goes a distance. Angela Hill's tough. But I will say this. Angela Hill has been scaring me as of late because she's been getting in closer fights that really shouldn't be close. Katlyn Soze is not good. She is not good. There's a reason why I was very confident in Pierre Rodriguez. Like, she's not very good. And I thought Angela will be able to wrestle her no problem. And she was wrestling her. Had success, but the gas tank's not the same as it was. She's not taking the punches the same as she was. Her output's not necessarily the same either. It scares me. She could win this fight. Lucindo, I mean, back fumbler herself. I don't think she won this Marina Rodriguez fight. Amanda Lemos, I don't like. She looked terrible in that fight. So those things to consider. Angela Hill's always a tough out. Maybe she wins another split decision. and she's on a split decision robbery one. I didn't think it was a robbery last time though. I will say that. I was thinking about playing Lucindo this week, but no, I don't think I can. I think I'm better off just laying back, watching, and letting it go. Let's see what I can learn from this. I hope Angela Hill wins. I love Angela Hill. I like Lucindo too, but Angela Hill, fan favorite, getting older. Would like to see her keep getting wins. Besides the point, I think Lucindo's body locks will be there. I think Angela Hill may be a little too willing to go into the clinch, and as a result, Lucindo can grab on and get a body lock. But I do feel like this fight probably does play out close, so I'm not as crazy about it. I do think that maybe the youth will play a factor, even though I am the one saying like youth doesn't matter anywhere near as much in women's MMA, which I do think is true, but it's not necessarily maybe youth factor I'm considering. It's more so how Angela Hill has actually been looking. It's just I don't think she's been looking that great. So, yep, give me Lucindo. I think she wins a decision. Steve Ursig versus Ode Osborne. This is a sick fight. I'm gonna go Steve Ursig by round 2 sub. Please wrestle. Please grapple, Ursig. I beg. I don't want to see you lose again. If this fight was at 125, I'm pretty damn confident Ursig. But it's not. It's at 135, and that scares me. And that very much scares me. There's no way I'm playing this fight any other way. Maybe Ursig sub, but I'm not even sure if I even want to get onto that. What even is the odds on that? I actually don't know. Ursig sub. Out of curiosity. Submission decision. Nice. Dang it. That's nasty. Ursig submission rounds 2-3 is plus 430. 1-2 is plus 250. It's okay. But yeah, I think Ursig can absolutely win this fight by decision. Or not decision. But I mean, yeah, he can win by decision, but submission is more so what I mean. It's just a complete gap in the game there. Ode is just not great when he's put down there. I will say this, Ode can hit really hard. I was a victim of it when I bet Luis Garule to absolutely wipe the floor with Ode Osborne. And he was, and then he gets just nuked. It could happen here with Steve Ursig, who can get hit. But gotta give Ursig credit. He's been fighting way better competition. I feel like he's been looking good in all those fights. In Kai Kara France, I thought he was winning until he wasn't. Brandon Moreno, I thought he did all right in that fight. I think that fight was a lot closer than what the judges said. Pantoja fight, I mean, obviously really close. I think it's a complete levels fight, but I'm just scared of his chin just getting randomly cracked because Ode's a 135er right now in this fight. So pass for me for the most part. Maybe I'm interested in a prop like a sub or something like that. That's the only way I would look into this fight. I'm not even sure if I get there. So yeah, give me Steve Ursig, but scary. Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez. Give me Fluffy. I'm gonna go round 5 or 4 KO. Round 5. I don't think Dolidze is good. Genuinely don't think he's that good. Let's go through these wins. Marvin Vettori. I don't think Marvin Vettori is the same guy he was anymore. He lost his volume. If Marvin Vettori without volume, what is he? He's not the same. And he still dropped Dolidze. Insane. Dolidze Holland's ribs broke on him. And he's 170 guy. Why is that fight even happening? I don't think too much of it. Roman Dolidze, Anthony Smith on short notice, up a weight cut. whatever. Smith's not even fighting anymore. What am I supposed to take from that? Nasruddin Mavov. This being a majority decision is just a lie. I thought Nasruddin Mavov won pretty much like every round. I don't know how a judge gave round 4 to Dolidze. I know Mavov got a point taken, but like he was still messing it up. Terrible. He's not good. His cardio is not good either. I get it. Dolidze absolutely can meme a win here against Anthony Hernandez. Absolutely. Just some random knee to the body, Hernandez goes down because he's weak to the body. I mean, Fluffy's probably maybe a little bit hittable, so maybe he gets hit one of those hooks. Maybe. He got a good sub game. You got to give Dolidze credit there. He can sub dudes. But man, if this gets out of like round, I think even round 1, I think Fluffy's gonna smoke him. Am I interested in like paying the price for a possible meme, like destroying me? No, not really. I mean, you have to be interested in like rounds 3, 4, 5, Fluffy. That's like the only way I would look at it, or even like probably rounds 4 and 5. Because Dolidze's really tough. 4 or 5 decision maybe. Plus 110. Okay, now we're talking. I don't hate that actually. So maybe that's how if I play this in any way, it'd probably be that. But besides that, man, no. It's scary backing Fluffy in some of these spots. Like this is not necessarily like the best matchup for him. I do think he still cooks. Like I do think he's just better. He could get memed. And if he gets memed, I'm okay with it. Because that means I'm gonna fade Dolidze even harder in the future against a guy I might even like better than Fluffy to do so. So I mean, yeah. Like Dolidze's wrestling's not good. Not great. Jiu-jitsu's really good, but wrestling not great. I mean, if you watch him trying to wrestle dudes, just clinch, hold them there, and doesn't even get them down. Like it's not good. He's throwing a bunch of random kicks against Vettori, and it's like whatever. I don't think this Dolidze guy is good at all, honestly. And I think Fluffy's gonna beat him. So give me Anthony Hernandez to run through Roman Dolidze. But besides the point, let's go through all the picks in the card, and we'll talk about my favorite takedowns bets and my favorite like significant strikes bet, like who will get more takedowns or significant strikes, etc. Cody Brundage, Eric McConaughey, I literally don't know. I guess Brundage more takedowns, but no thanks. I want nothing to do with either of those. Fernandez, Stoliarenko, probably Stoliarenko more takedowns. Why the hell would Fernandez go for any? She'd be dumb too. And Fernandez more 6 strikes, very likely. Like I just don't think Stoliarenko's gonna be really trying to throw too many. Uros Medic, Gilbert Urbina, same thing here. 6 strikes. Uros Medic, he's gonna be the one throwing mainly on the feet. Urbina probably gonna be looking for takedowns, some more takedowns. Urbina. Edwards, Cachoeira, probably 6 strikes in, more takedowns. Edwards, I think the takedowns would be easy and she'll be able to get significant strikes from those takedowns. Elijah Smith, Toshiana Kazama, probably Smith 6 strikes, but I think you can make an argument for maybe takedowns Kazama. It's like he just takes down Smith for a moment and then Smith gets back up and then gets counted for a takedown and then Smith just KOs him. It's possible, but I'm probably not that interested in that. But more 6 strikes Elijah Smith all day because Toshiana Kazama will just eat shots just because. Julius Walker, Shakira, Walker, more takedowns. Walker, more 6 strikes. Shakira's probably not going to have much to offer. Eric Anders, Christian Leroy Duncan, CLD, more significant strikes, more takedowns, probably Anders, because he's probably the only one really going for them. Maybe CLD goes for some, so I wouldn't be really that crazy about that, but CLD, more 6 strikes. That's easy. Miles Johns, G. Matsumoto, more significant strikes, Matsumoto, for sure. Then more takedowns, probably Miles Johns, but I mean, Matsumoto can get them too, and maybe he can get them too. So if that's like value, I don't hate that, honestly, for Matsumoto, more takedowns. Andre Philly, Christian Rodriguez, more significant strikes. Interesting. I'd probably go Rodriguez, because I think he's gonna be landing combos, stuff like that. Maybe I know Touchy Philly, touch get out, but I don't know. This one's a little tougher for me. The 6 strikes and takedowns one. I guess takedowns. I thinking Philly, because like Philly's gonna maybe C-Rod be put up too much on the feet, like the combos, and Philly shoots for one, and then C-Rod tries to latch in like a choke of some kind, but I'm not super confident about the takedown one or the 6 strikes in that, and for that matter. Lucindo, Angela Hill. More takedowns. I'm going to go Lucindo. I think she's more willing to go for the takedowns and go with that. More 6 strikes. I think can go either way. I'm not super confident about the 6 strikes one, to be honest with you. Steve Ersic, Odie Osborne. More takedowns. Urseg. I feel pretty confident about that. I don't think Odie's gonna be going for any. Pretty confident about that. 6 strikes. I think I'll still go Urseg. I think Urseg's super clean on the feet still. Like, I think he could win a fight on the feet, but it's gonna be scary against Odie at 135. But I think it's Steve Ersic. I mean, he was piecing up Kai Car France until he got KO'd. So just saying. And then Roman Dolidze, Anthony Hernandez, more 6 strikes, fluffy. It's gonna be landing them big shots. If you think a mean finish from Roman Dolidze happens, he's gonna get the more 6 strikes though. More takedowns, probably Hernandez. I don't rate Roman Dolidze's wrestling at all. I think he'll probably pull guard even. So yeah, fluffy, more takedowns as well. So yep, those are my picks. Thanks so much for watching. It's gonna be a great card. I'm very excited. You can check me out at betmma.tips champ bets. And yeah, I'm probably gonna make another video. I'm gonna make UFC 320. I hate that I have to do it now because I think I'm gonna be busy the next week. So I'm just gonna try and get out of the way. But the reason why I don't like it is because there's the tough. If you don't know, the tough finales are gonna be on that card. We know one of them. I don't know the second one, so I'm gonna have to make some speculation off that one. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm probably gonna be uploading this one, and then I'm gonna be filming this next one for UFC 320, which is a great card, by the way. We will be there. It's gonna be great, and we'll get into that one pretty soon. You'll probably be able to see it soon. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. Peace.